Hello, beautiful people. Today's video is all about inner child healing. I have done so much inner child work on myself, and I just wanted to share my thoughts and how to heal your inner child. So this process, it does take some time. So be prepared that you can't just heal overnight. It's an ongoing process. Your inner child is all the trauma that you experienced and suppressed as a child. It is the subconscious part of us. It is the wounded self. The part of you that has been hurt in your childhood relationships, and it expects to continually be hurt in our adult relationships. So trauma is stored in our bodies, and it does not go away until we do the healing work on ourselves. It is going to stay there until we actually start to heal ourselves. Inner child work is healing from psychological or physical trauma, dysfunctional patterns, and self-harming behaviors. It is the part of us that didn't grow up. So there are different types of childhood trauma, and these include physical, sexual, emotional, and mental. So some examples of these traumas include, well, I'll give a list of them because there's a lot of them, but I'll name a list. Being hit or smacked by a caregiver, having emotionally unavailable parents who withheld affection, punishment by shaking, pulling hair, pinching, smacking, the belt, washing the mouth out with soap, etc. Molestation, rape, or any sexual contact at all from a parent, relative, or caregiver. Burdensome responsibilities such as having to care for a parent, not being fed or provided a safe environment to live, abandonment by a parent or being left home for long periods of time, emotional neglect, not being nurtured or supported, humiliation or shaming, excessive demands, and many more examples. So basically anything that triggers you, that is also revealing to you what is needing to be healed within yourself. The wounded inner child can result in issues, and I'm going to name a huge list of these, probably not all, but these include depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, codependency, phobias, destructive behaviors, control issues, overthinking, weak boundaries or no boundaries at all, demanding and manipulative behaviors, always apologizing, over-explaining, guilt, giving your power away to others in hopes that they're going to like you or treat you well, talking negative about yourself, easily angered, confrontation, rejection issues, jealousy issues, people pleasing, fear of failure, and temper tantrums, are just to name a few. It can also create relationship problems where you feel abandoned, rejected, hurt, not loved, not seen, not heard, not special, and unworthy. Your inner child comes out when you're being challenged in situations or being pushed out of your comfort zone. This is when your subconscious remembers how you were treated in situations as a child, and you kind of revert back to that childhood memory subconsciously. So when the inner child in you feels unsafe, it can create a lot of trouble and chaos in your relationships. Issues that you haven't dealt with come out in situations when you're an adult. It is the suppressed aspect of you that needs help, support, and connection. The wounded inner child affects all your relationships as an adult. This is why it's so important to start healing from all of our childhood traumas. Start to reprogram the subconscious mind. Change that old belief pattern to stop repeating the same wounds that trigger us. Just take control of your life. So healing involves shifting our ideas and expectations about the way we should be treated. A history of trauma can cause us to excuse and ignore mistreatments of ourselves because some of us may have experienced worse. Change your expectations on how you will be treated. Change your standards. Just start to raise your standards. Let your suppressed emotions out. Just let them out. Cry if you have to. Become emotionally available to yourself. How you treat yourself changes what you expect from other people. Start to invest in yourself. So instead of looking outwards for comfort, you have to be okay to learn to comfort yourself. What is done in the past is over now. The past is gone. So now you have the opportunity to treat yourself the way that you wish to be treated. Never talk negatively about yourself. Anything that triggers you are the things that you need to be working on. There are a ton of great meditations on YouTube that help with inner child healing and anything that triggers you, like anger or insecurity, anything like that. So these meditations are the most useful when you are sleeping. So it will go straight to your subconscious mind. And this is one thing that really helped me heal my inner child, is some of the meditations on inner child work and all of my triggers. Just have it playing in the background, and when you're asleep, your subconscious mind is actually hearing it and reprogramming itself. And that is just an enormous help. I can't even stress how helpful that is. Another thing you can do is mirror work. I will be making a video at some point on mirror work. Or take an old photo of yourself if you have one when you were a child. Now this may seem very foreign, and it was so foreign to me, all of this meditation, mirror work, just all of this was foreign, but after a while you will notice a difference. So some of the things that you can say while you're looking in the mirror or to that picture of you as a child are, I love you. You are loved. I hear you. You are safe and protected. It is also important to make time for yourself to do some of the things that you enjoyed doing as a child. So if you would like playing outside, then go for walks and hikes. Nature is amazing therapy. It really is. If you liked coloring or painting, then, just Google paint night anywhere in your city. Even if you've never painted a picture in your life, people get together who never paint and just go to a paint class. Or ladies, paint your nails. This is one thing I love. You can probably tell. I love painting my nails. It is just one of the most soothing things for me. But make sure you have time, that extra time for it to dry. A huge thing is validation. So you need to accept the fact that you were minimized, shamed, ignored. Be aware that you were wounded, victimized, betrayed, or abused. This will bring up a lot of painful feelings and emotions, but just sit with them. And if you have to cry, just cry. Let it out. Men, women, all of us, let it out. Cry, hit a pillow, scream into a pillow, just let it out. Your inner child has to feel safe and it has to feel listened to. So when you start showing up for yourself, this is gonna start to heal your inner child when you start working on yourself. So take self-care days. You need to have fun. Don't be serious all the time. Another thing that helped me, and this is foreign as well, is write a letter to your parent or caregiver or anyone that hurt you. Now, this letter does not have to go to anyone. This is just for your release and for your benefit only. Just say all the things that you wanted or needed to say. Be raw. express your feelings, just let it out. And then after you're finished writing the letter, burn it or shred it. I actually shredded it and then I burnt it in the sink. So make sure you have a safe environment if you're burning the letter. But I cannot tell you what a release this was for me, to let out all the feelings that I needed to let out and everything that I needed to say. So some of you may not have heard "I love you" as a child, and it is so important to look yourself in the mirror and say it to yourself. I always do this before I hop in the shower. It will probably seem weird at first, but your inner child really, really needs to hear this. And some of you didn't have a voice as a child, or when you were crying, you may have told, "I'll give you something to cry about." This is why it is so important to express your feelings and be heard as an adult. No child deserves to be abused, shamed, or abandoned. None. No child deserves that. Pain will travel through family lines until somebody is ready to heal it in themselves and go through all the agony of healing. So it will continue to go through family lines until somebody does the healing in that family line. After you do the healing and start working on yourself, you will no longer pass that emotional poison on to the generations that follow you. Learn how to self-soothe yourself. So your triggers point to where you are not free and what you need to work on. Anything that triggers you, that is what you need to work on. Pay attention to what is triggering you rather than who is triggering you. It's what is triggering you from that person or situation that you're needing to work on and heal within you. Healing will help you be more self-sufficient emotionally, materially, and spiritually. It really will. So, I hope you all get something from this video, and I'm wishing all of you many, many blessings. And I wish all of you who come across this just blessings in your healing and your life, and just much love.